Hey there guys, John here, and I'm here to do something I've never done before, which is talk about a Netflix show on my channel, but I really wanted to talk about this one. I just finished watching the entire first season of the new Netflix series, Glow. It's loosely based on real life situation that happened back in the 80s, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. So you had these guys who had this idea to put together a women's wrestling federation thinking that people would be entertained by it. So they go out and get actresses and women who are not professional wrestlers, get them together, try to train them, and try to get this league off the ground. Now, it's kind of tricky to talk about an entire first season of a show without giving away spoilers, because there are 10 episodes, which is one of the great things. Each episode's only half-hour long, so you could blow through the entire first season in just like 5 hours. The story of Glow seems to be mostly told from two characters' points of view. One is Ruth, played by Alison Brie, who's great. She's an aspiring actress in Hollywood. She's got really high ideals, but she's having a hard time, like most actresses in Hollywood, finding work, and she stumbles into this Glow thing and decides to go for it. The other perspective it seems to be told from is the director of the show, the director of Glow, played by Marc Maron. And I gotta tell you, Alison Brie and Marc Maron were amazing. They almost had, you guys know I'm a Parks and Rec nut, they very much had a Leslie Knope and Ron Swanson kind of vibe and relationship, and I mean that in the absolute best possible way. So just the situation itself, a bunch of people trying to do something that had never been done before, get an all-ladies wrestling league put together, that sounds like it would be filled with its own drama in and of itself. But one of the things that the show does that is so good, and this is why I liked it right from the first episode all the way through the 10th episode, is this. The showrunners know to make the story, though, about the characters. Get us to like the characters. Get us attached to the characters, and then we can follow them on their journey. A lot of times, and there have been a number of Netflix shows that I found have been guilty of this, where they have this great idea for a story, and they forget that unless they get us attached to the characters first, then we can't go along the journey with them because we got nobody to walk with us. And Glow really does that. Not only do they do that with these two main characters, with Alison Brie and Marc Maron, but they do it with all the side characters as well. And you know what? It's really hard to call them side characters. All these other women, they're each incredibly unique and incredibly distinct in terms of their personalities and backgrounds and where they come from. And as you see them coming together more and more and becoming a family, if you will, throughout the show, your heart goes out to them and you feel for them. There's this one scene about midway through the season where they're roller skating. And I'm not going to give away which one, but one of the girls is on roller skates. And you can tell having a really good time. And you get this feeling that you know that this is the first time that this character has been happy in a long time. And you see all the other girls being happy for her. And I know it sounds ridiculous. I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. But it was absolutely beautiful. And you know, that kind of storytelling, character-centric storytelling, is what lies at the heart of Glow. And yes, it's about the ups and downs, them trying to, first of all, figure out if they can wrestle at all, then trying to figure out if they'll get the opportunity to do it. And then it's kind of like a bunch of kids trying to save the Civic Center. You know, they're trying to get this show put together and seeing if they can raise the money to do it and all that kind of stuff. And you're going on this hero's journey with them. And it's just amazing because you're walking, again, with the characters along the way. One of the things that's really cool, and I have to admit, you know, I grew up as a wrestling kid. I grew up watching wrestling all the time, as a wrestling fanatic and all that kind of stuff. And there's this one great scene where one of the ladies doesn't understand what's the deal. Isn't wrestling just stupid? Isn't wrestling just silly? And one of the other girls takes her to a live wrestling event. And she's explaining to her the story behind the two characters that are in the ring wrestling. And then you see it dawn on the girl where she goes, "It's a soap opera. I get it. It's a soap opera." And I remember that moment struck me because I remember I had that moment when I was a kid watching wrestling where I was like, I get it. This is a soap opera for guys. This is a soap opera for guys. The show also has a terrific balance of drama and humor. Like, it's self-described as a comedy, and it's certainly funny, and there's a lot of laughs in the show as well. But it's also very much a drama. There's some pretty heavy stuff that goes on with a lot of the characters. Some pretty big issues. Things that you can tell with some of these characters go back years. Some are new hurdles that they come across and new challenges that they face. And all the while, they really give you, an audience member, a really nice balanced feel between the dramatic and the humor, and it just really works well. It's a great mixture. And if you're a wrestling fan today, you are going to recognize some familiar faces. So it's funny, It's dramatic, it's character-centric, it takes you along the journey with you, and all the while it's got the added bonus of actually kind of loosely being based on true events in history that allow you to go back and follow up. I'm a sucker for those types of stories. So whether you're a wrestling fan or not, I really recommend you try Glow. So anyway, hop on over to Netflix and give that one. Once you check it out, jump into the comments section, let me know, what did you think of Glow? And I'd be curious to know, whether you liked it or not, did you grow up as a wrestling fan? Let me know that, because I'm really curious to see what the perspectives of people who grew up as wrestling fans would be like as opposed to people who didn't grow up as wrestling fans. Leave me your experiences with the show in the comment section below. I really want to know. So please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hey, make sure you're following me on social media on Facebook and on Twitter, just at John Campea. That'll do it for me, guys. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, bye-bye.